Munchkins and viewers alike, it's me Munchie and welcome to a Munchie Talk update video on this little buddy right here. Yeah, you! It's gonna be all about you. So actually it's gonna be about Ginger's litter. I have some updates on Ginger's litter, but this is Chuckles, aka Crackle, because I renamed him to Crackle. I'll discuss with you guys a little bit more about what's happened since you last heard about Ginger's litter and where they are now and what's going on. But I just want to show you the one that I kept, just watch him grow, and this is my Crackle boy. Yeah, so you guys probably did see him in one of the Tiny Tales Bad Cage review videos, but this is him now. He is about, let's see, I think he is about 8 months old now. So he's grown up, but he hasn't grown up by much, but I'll discuss with you guys more about their progress. Do not fall, please do not fall. I love you, sweetie, do not fall. So just a little reminder about this litter that I'm going to be talking to you guys about today. Ginger's litter was a part of our intake back in September 6th of 2018 for my rescue and foster home. Ginger at that time, the mother, was estimated to be about 4 to 6 months old, and her pups at that time, when I saw them, I thought they were around 3 weeks old. But the owner did say when she was surrendering that they were supposed to be about 2 months old. So when I questioned the owner about their age, she also questioned it herself, which made me think that she wasn't sure exactly how old they were. So based off of what I saw and what I could tell from how small they were, I thought that they were 3 weeks old. There was 6 babies in total of this litter. I named them Crackle, Chuckles, Runty, Tootsie, Snickers, and Goobers. So for those of you who do remember the litter, I did mention to you guys in the rehoming ad that I saw in their original video that they were feeding them bread and cookies, and upon intaking them, I also noticed bird seed. So that's what they were feeding them, which was absolutely horrifying. So that's why I got them out in the first place, which I'm very thankful and happy I did. But that has some really bad consequences down the line, unfortunately. But before we get into that, I just want to tell you about the name updates, just because some of these guys who got adopted out, because they're all adopted out now, they did have their names changed. So these are the hamsters that got their names changed. So Runty is now called Kiko, Chuckles is now called Crackle, because Crackle is now called Possum. So I took his name, I took his brother's name, because I started to call Chuckles Crackle and then it got so confusing. So I'm like, all right, buddy, you're no longer going to be Chuckles, you're going to be Crackle. So you're Crackle now. And there is Snickers that got turned into Chimmy. So those are the hamsters that had their names switched upon being adopted. So let's start with the first hamster, because this is not going to be a good story, guys. This is, I can tell you right now, this is going to make you depressed. First, it all started with Runty, aka Kiko. On January 11th of this year, I got a text message at night from Kiko's owner saying that Kiko is not doing well. She doesn't look good. And I recommended a vet to go to during that time so that Kiko could get checked out as soon as possible, because it was a dire need emergency situation. So her symptoms was wobbly, not waking up, off balance, eyes not opening. So when her owner brought her in, she had only had Kiko for about a month. And that really broke my heart, because I just didn't know what happened. I knew she was the runt of the litter, aka her name being Runty, and the runts of the litter always tend to have problems. So I was afraid that it was just Runty and it was just an isolated incident. But at that time, I went and I checked on all the other hamsters to make sure they were okay and that they are doing fine. But the diagnosis for Kiko was that she had either a stroke, a seizure, or an underdeveloped liver. And because she was the runt, they speculated that it could have been that. And I personally speculate that it is, because she's the runt of the litter and she was so underdeveloped because she was so small. So I was very scared because she was having neurological issues, and if this was a neurological issue, say with stroke or with seizure, you might not be able to fix this, especially with the wobble. So we did not know if Kiko was going to make it past those couple of nights. So she was given anti-inflammatory medication and she recovered within less than 24 hours, but she slowly recovered. At least she started eating within those 24 hours, which is a good sign, but it really did give me a little heart attack what had happened to her. But I did check up on all of her brothers and sisters. I let them know, hey, I don't know if this is an isolated incident or if this is concerning the whole entire litter, but just be aware, and everybody responded. And they're like, thank you for giving us updates, we appreciate it, and everything was good. I contacted Kiko's owner again asking for an update, and she told me that Kiko was able to walk again. And then by March 8th, I was told that Kiko made a full recovery and then she has actually gained a little bit of weight too. So the medicine did help and she did recover, but there is still also a fear that it could just relapse, something could go wrong and she could go backwards and end up passing. But at this time, Kiko is still alive and with us and doing very well. So it's all gonna be downhill from here because I have some unfortunate news for you guys. We did lose 2 other hamsters in this litter, and it does not seem like this was a coincidence. This definitely was a consequence of having the babies be, at that time, malnourished, or most likely 2 months old, like the owner stated, because they were so underweight and underdeveloped that their bodies can't survive and they have shorter lives, which I hate so much because there's nothing that I could have done. There really is not anything I could have done to prevent this other than I saved them. I gave Ginger a loving home, which Ginger herself recently got adopted last month in February, so I'm very happy for her. So for her finding a home and by me taking them in, at least I gave some people a loving companion to have, even if it's for a short amount of time. But the first death, unfortunately, was Goobers. And Goobers was adopted out to one of my friends who had hamsters in the past, and she was actually the inspiration of me as a child getting a hamster because she had a hamster. So we're childhood friends, and that's where Goobers went to. And Goobers was described as having like a heart attack, which it did sound like organ failure, but Goobers passed away shortly after I got done talking to her, asking her in January, oh, this is what happened to Kiko. I just want to let you know. I want to check on Goobers. And she said Goobers was doing fine, healthy and growing, and that she was going to send me some photos soon. She did give me a few photo updates of him, but unfortunately he definitely did pass away. And I did not know this for several months. So I just found out in March, and that's unfortunate because I kind of wanted to find out a little bit sooner, but she's been having some issues, so I can totally understand. But yes, I'm so sorry guys, Goobers has passed away. And then the next one who passed away a day later from receiving news about Goobers. So just one day after I was told Goobers passed, I got a text message in the morning saying Tootsie passed away, and she passed away so unexpectedly. And Tootsie was a very big girl. I think she was, besides Snickers, the first or second biggest out of their litter. I can't remember who was the bigger one, but they were some pretty big, growing up very quickly hamsters. But she passed away, which was upsetting. But from what the owner told me, that Tootsie stopped drinking, so we don't know if she went without water for a day or 2 days or when the symptoms actually occurred, because right after I sent my condolences to them, and I also explained how I found out that it was the litter itself and it wasn't just her hamster, and not to feel bad, and me apologizing because I didn't know, I heard nothing back from the owner. So I think at that time the owner just wanted to let me know and was very sad, and then didn't want to inquire further. So hopefully for that family, because they were a very loving family, hopefully this doesn't discourage them from adopting. And I kind of wanted to talk to them more about that too, about like, please don't be discouraged by this. I wasn't aware of their litter and their litter's nutrition and status, but you really could not have known that these guys were going to turn out this way just because somebody decided to not feed them a good diet. So please guys, if you're out there right now, please be feeding your hamsters, gerbils, mice, rabbits, guinea pigs, chinchillas, sugar gliders, hedgehogs, degus, all of these small animals that we are supposed to be caring for. Please feed them their actual diet. Please do not be supplementing them with things like bread, cookies, things they're not allowed to eat. If they eat fruits, give them fruits. If they eat insects, give them insects. Do not be giving them things they don't need. So I don't know how much longer I'm gonna have Crackle for that I just showed you guys today, because Crackle, he has not grown at all. The last time I weighed him, I think was about a month or 2 ago, and he was about 100 grams, and I was really upset and concerned because 100 grams did not seem so great, but now he's at, I think, 108 grams, which he has gone up, but it's such a slow amount, and he is so tiny for being supposedly 8 months old now. So I am now basing off their age on what she told me instead of what their body looked like, because now I know for a fact that they were much older than what was previously thought. So Goobers, in this case, if we hold that information to be true, Goobers passed away when he was 6 months old, and so that means Tootsie passed away at the age of 8 months. So they did not live to be a year. So that is the sad news about Ginger's litter. Thank you guys for watching. I hate having to be the bearer of bad news. And for the remaining litter of hamsters from Ginger's litter, I did warn the owners, hey, I want to let you know that these 2 hamsters passed away and that it is a litter problem. It wasn't just a run problem. So I want you to be aware your hamster may or may not live with you past a year. Please be aware. And everybody responded to me saying that's totally fine. Thank you for updating us. So I am staying in constant communication with them. And I told them if anything were to happen, let me know. I will send you to the right vet. I'll help you out. And I do really care about these guys because I want them to thrive. I want them to do well. And I want human and hamsters to have a good bond and relationship together. It's upsetting when one of our little hamsters in our community passes. So by hearing my past adopters tell me that their hamsters have passed away, it breaks my heart. But they were just robbed of having a good relationship with their hamster, and their hamster was taken way too soon. So thank you guys so much again for watching and just from following along, and thank you for following along on Instagram, because that's where I've been posting all these updates too and letting you guys know. So if anybody wants to stay up to date, that's where you go, because these videos are going to be late. But thank you so much, and I hope to see you in the next video, and hopefully the next video won't be a depressing story. But rest in peace to Goobers and to Tootsie. We will miss you guys, and I'm sad that these little hammies are gone that I helped raise. So I'll see you later. I'm so sorry this is so depressing, and I don't know how to end it very well because, you know, I care a lot about animals. Alright guys, bye!